out there in YouTube land. I'm just getting this thing sent over to Facebook so it can be on the Facebook Biker News Canada group live at the same time as it's live on YouTube. And of course, I will be making the TikTok video and releasing that. Hello, TikTok world. All right, Bob's back, Biker News Canada. We'll do a little bit of stuff might happen over the weekend. And first off, we'll do all the Monday night rides. Or maybe first off, we'll do what happened over the weekend. A couple of things. Show some pictures from the weekend. Of course, Port Dover was Friday. I did a video since then, but I've received more photos since then. Actually, you know what? TikTok, that's not going to work. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's do Monday rides. Okay, Monday rides. We're going to start off with the Rebel Riders Moto Social, Monday, June 16 at 6:30 in the evening. Come hang out. It's at 525 City View Boulevard, Woodbridge, Ontario. I believe that's in the 7400 area. And at 7 o'clock, you're doing like a little small ride out to a place called Biker's Alley. You can look at some stuff and then ride back to where they're at. They always do prizes and stuff. So go and check them guys out if you're in the GTA up in Vaughan. What the heck? So Bradford's is back on Mondays. And I've been mentioning this one. I ought to, because Garrison seems like a cool guy for the biker community up in the Bradford area. He's got a shop. He'll rent you space. He might rent you tools, might give you a hand, tell you what you need to do, and more or less let you fix your own bike. So check him out and go check them out Mondays at Wimpy's, 305 Berry Street, Bradford, Ontario. And that's every Monday. So go check it out. Like I say, Bradford. Okay, these are in Ontario. We're getting so far, but we're getting something anyway. And they are doing prizes and stuff like that up in. Oh, and hey, guess what? Lindsay Bike Nights are back. The first one back is June 16, which is tomorrow after a brief pause to support one of our organizers through a difficult time. Lindsay Bike Nights is rolling back in onto the scene June 16. Our biker community is built on strength, resilience, and support. And we would like to thank everyone who supported us through this difficult time and those that will continue to support us moving forward. Let's come together, ride out, and celebrate everything we love about motorcycles and brotherhood, sisterhood. Oh, I'm not even sharing the screen. Crazy ass me. Boom. Spread the word, bring your friends, and let's make this return one to remember. So Monday night, 6:30 p.m., 3921 Highway 35. What's that? St. Hope? I think so. Yeah, no, it's called Lindsay. So go down to Lindsay. All right. So I'm happy that they're bringing that one back. Good for you guys. And I can't imagine that anyone's really done grieving, but hopefully getting out on two wheels is going to make things go a little bit better. Durham Region Riders Social Group, they usually post the night of, and it's not always on Monday. Okay, let's see what else we got. Lost Souls, a riding club, Monday night ride. So these guys ride out. Kickstands are up at 7. Contact a member for details. So they leave their clubhouse at 7 every Monday. So if you're friends with the Lost Souls RC Northside, contact a member. They're doing a ride every Monday. So go check it out. Show your support, show your love, and do your thing. There's also a Monday night bike ride going on up in Sault Ste. Marie. All bikes. Oh yeah, and keep in mind for all these bike nights, all bikes are welcome. You don't got to be a Harley rider. You don't got to be any sort of rider different from the other. Just ride where you're going. So the Iron Workers MC up in Sault Ste. Marie every Monday at the Legion. Going out there and check them guys out, show some support. And they're getting ready. They're going to have the autism ride up there in Algonquin County soon. Algonquin Regions, check them guys out. Okay, here's another one that happens every Monday. This is every Monday from 6 to 9 at, where are you? Port Robinson. That's where it is. Port Robinson, Bridge 12 Pub and Eatery. I believe that's down kind of towards the Niagara region. And that's weekly, man. You can always go there and find a crowd of bikers every Monday. So these bike nights are for people that might be new to the biking scene, might be new to the area, don't have too many people that they ride with. Go ride your bike, check it out, see the other riders. Hopefully strike up some conversations and stuff, and then you have more friends and stuff to ride with. Or maybe you'll join a riding club or whatever, right? Okay, East End Mondays is to go this weekend, or this Monday, June 16th. That's right there, from 6 to 9. They do it in the Tim Hortons parking lot, north off of Rosslyn Road. Brock Road and Rosslyn, 2460 Brock Road, Pickering, Ontario. So Pickering, there you go. You got one 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. And we got here, we got something in Midland as well. We got Midland 6 to 8. And it's hosted by Midland Surrounding Area Motorcycle Group. All bikes are welcome. Highway 12 near the Walmart. The Walmart, man. Is that it for Mondays? That's it for Mondays. Mondays is not a big one. That's okay. There's still some stuff going on out there. That's the main thing. Okay, so I'm going to go over to all you guys on the YouTube world. I'm going to switch it over. You know what? I'm going to switch over to some news. There's some news been going on around. This is stuff that's right off the interweb. So that's all it is. Nothing I've made up, nothing I've thought much into, but there is some news. So they got one coming out of the Gazette in Montreal. They had a big arrest last week, and they arrested some mafia figures, or so they say, and some street gang figures, or so they say, and some motorcycle club figures, or so they say. So I won't get into the big thing because this is a big story. They go all through Quebec's long and sordid, now put it air quotes, organized crime history with the Rizzuto family, 81 in the days of Montbouchard, some street club back in some guy named something Woolley. Apparently he was a Greg Woolley. Apparently he was a highly respected man down there in Montreal and all that stuff. So they did a big sweep, a big roundup down there in Montreal and picked up some different people from each of those three groups that I mentioned already, be it motorcycle clubs, alleged traditional Italian organized crime, and what they're calling street gangs. And they got some murder charges, and they got some this and that charges. And that's what they got. Now, going on beyond that, the Hells Angels had a big rally in Surrey, British Columbia. One of the original founders that brought the club into Canada recently passed. Now look at that picture going down that bridge, down that highway of all them bikes. That's a pack. That's respect, man. So he was a highly thought of man. And again, he passed recently. And this is the tribute ride out for him. I got to say, that shows how they thought of the man. They thought highly of him. Tons and tons of bikes. From as far away as Ontario, and I'm sure places around the world. I guarantee you places around the world were there. So they did that on Saturday, I believe. And of course, there was no incidences, and there was no issues, and there was no problems. And that happened Saturday. All right, that does it our time for TikTok. So thank you, TikTok people, for watching my videos. Like, share, subscribe. Go over to YouTube, become a subscriber over there. It helps me on the YouTube side of things. I'm ready to start doing lives on TikTok. I've had enough action and stuff. So I'm going to start doing, when I go live on the other formats, I'll be live on TikTok at the same time. I'm going to try to be daily, 7 p.m., and give you all the bike nights for the following evening. So there's all Monday night bike rides. Thanks again for watching and much respect. Love. Love to y'all. Okay, we are done over there in the TikTok world. Thank you, TikTok. And there was another story I want to talk about that I caught in the news that I thought was kind of funny. I didn't even realize what it was. I caught it the other day on a Facebook post. This happened back in May 23rd. So the Outlaws MC were doing a run in New Brunswick. Good on them. They can do what they got to do. The RCMP looks like they jacked up the pack if you look at this photo here. Oh, maybe they jacked them up where they were coming and going out of their event location. If you see that, it looks like kind of a driveway there and all these law enforcement vehicles down here. So they claim to have seized a firearm and made 3 roadside suspension and issued several tickets during an OMC ride, says the news release. They conducted a major traffic enforcement operation between May 16 and 18. I've been to club parties in the past where they sit there out front of the location and they spend a whole weekend. All them cops from all these different cities, they will spend the whole weekend. So the New Brunswick RCMP made a concerted effort to be present when Outlaws Motorcycle Club events, at least they call them a club, are being held across the province at Kerpel, Hansel. New Brunswick RCMP. Anytime the RCMP is aware of a gathering of members from known OMCs, we make sure we have an adequate police presence to ensure everyone's safety. Oh, how many years are they going to put it like that? To assure the public safety. What are they trying to drive that these clubs are going to do to the public while they're getting together for a club function? What are they trying to, what's the picture they're trying to portray? You know what I mean? So they pulled everyone over. What they do, they go over your bikes, pipes, bars, stupid shit like that. They'll throw you a ticket for this and a ticket for that. Hey, Stefano, how are you, brother? And hope it dissuades you from being in a motorcycle club. Oh, no. It says I've lost my audio. Have I lost my audio, Stefano? I hope not. And it says they arrested a 39-year-old man for possession of a stolen handgun, resisting impaired driving. And they arrested a 54-year-old man for assaulting a police officer and obstructing justice, both released to appear to court at a later date. So again, it doesn't mean those men were members of said motorcycle club. And there's nothing to say that in this news story, except for how they put the headline and stuff, and the fact that the first line names the club that they're harassing. So that's what they got. And, that probably gets their budget back puffed up for next year and all the other stuff. And there's not really much more current news. There's nothing on what happened with the HA member coming out of the restaurant in Burlington the other week. Again, hope his family and his brothers are doing well from that. It's kind of, sometimes it's a hard thing to shake after that happens. Depends on how close you were to the brother and all that. So again, that's what we got for Monday. I'm going to start sprinkling a little more biker news. I might even start sprinkling in some international biker news. Thanks, Stefano. I appreciate that, bro. And just pepper it and make it, liven it up a bit. I can't imagine just sitting here every Sunday and rattling off the same bike nights that I rattled off the Sunday before and the Sunday before and the one before. You know what I'm saying? So I'll spice it up a little bit. I'm not going to make nothing up. I'll just, if I find it on the web, it's on the web. Usually if I find it on the web, it's already been on 4 other biker news YouTube channels anyway. So anyways, that's what we got for tonight. Thanks, Stefano. for coming in the chat, and thanks for everyone who watched. I got 7 of you all together. I appreciate you guys taking the time. Much love and respect. I'm going to try to get back on a normal rotation. 7 p.m. is going to be my Tri4 time, 7 p.m. And I'll do the bike nights, and we'll do the thank yous and the updates and all that shit. If you want, we can do a couple photos from Friday the 13th before I sign off real quick. So, you get the odd person saying, oh, Dover's this, Dover. Everything changes. So everything changes, all the old, there's no bikes there. There's bikes there. There's some bikes there. 100,000 motorcycles plus this Friday the 13th in a small town of about 3,000 or 4,000 people. So good for you. And I think there's a few minor accidents. I didn't hear of anything like that was a fatality or anything really bad. So it's on. It's done again until next Friday the 13th. And I'm done again until tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Much love. Good night.